Before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, lodging choices were limited to African Americans who traveled. Public accommodations were segregated. Entertainers and vacationing families had few places to stay. As a result, African American families began sharing their homes, eventually establishing guest houses and hotels. The Whitelaw Hotel in Washington, D.C. was the first luxury hotel for African Americans in the nation's capital. And in New Orleans, Ellis Marsalis Sr., patriarch of the legendary jazz family, opened the Marsalis Mansion Motel in 1944. There was the Wells-built Hotel in Orlando, where performers like Ella Fitzgerald and Ray Charles stayed. And in South Florida, the La France Hotel served as a seasonal home for northern laborers and a resort for black vacationers. The Dale Hotel in Cape May hosted notable guests like Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois. Called the Harlem of the West, the Douglas Hotel and Creole Palace in San Diego offered black visitors and celebrities a place to stay and a stage to perform. And although black musicians could perform in the resort town of Ocean City, Maryland, only the Henry Colored Hotel provided accommodations to African Americans. Today, this rich cultural legacy continues. African American B&Bs are a thriving part of the hospitality industry. Step inside and take a look at these inns of color. Aquaba, D.C., a cultural destination located in the nation's capital, a literary-themed bed and breakfast that transports you to the Harlem Renaissance. Taste the food, feel the warmth, and enjoy the unique experience owner and founder Monique Greenwood has to offer.
Toni Morrison has been here. She has seen her room. I ended up going with Toni Morrison because of the sense of nature and her Afrocentricity, and I didn't want to have a room that kind of reflected that. So that's what we did with Toni Morrison. Walter Mosley was so honored that we named a room after him that he gave us a complete library signed of every book he ever wrote. I have 8 guest rooms in this location, and I wanted to pay homage to our authors in each of those rooms. Hey, welcome to Aquaba, D.C. I'm Monique. Come on in. Right this way is our check-in area. We do have a laptop computer here if you need to get online for any reason. This is our sitting parlor. There's lots of places to sit, especially in that wonderful big picture window. And we have tons of books throughout the house. So this is our dining room where we're going to serve breakfast tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
This morning we are preparing French toast, spiced pears, and turkey bacon.
Of course, the breakfast.
Oh yeah, and the breakfast is good. Normal breakfast I normally don't eat, but I enjoyed it. It was so good. I really did enjoy it. It was healthy as well.
So this is the fabulous Zora Hurston suite. Zora is a diva, so this room had to be fit for a diva. We of course have a portrait here and this lush ultra suede chaise lounge where you can just stretch out and read one of her many books. We have a full collection here. We have a great antique brass bed, king size of course. A wonderful writing desk. So if you're working on your own book, you can come and write here or write your postcards out, but it's great to have a desk in the room. All of our rooms have these wonderful lush bathrobes that of course are embroidered with aquaba, but this is a microfiber and it feels like butter. Our bathrooms, of course, this one has a jacuzzi tub for 2. Very romantic. We have a beautiful mantelpiece. This is all the original tile that was here. The window seat is wonderful because you can relax right there, look out on 16th Street and watch the day go by. DC is an amazing city, and having a bed and breakfast in this town is great. I grew up on the other side of the tracks in Washington, so the thought of having and owning property in DuPont Circle was a dream that I probably thought unattainable at one point. This location is prime because you can walk to the White House from here. You can walk to Howard University. Historic U Street is down the street. A lot of the sororities and fraternities have their headquarters around the corner. There are embassies. It's just in the middle of everything.
We're staying in the inspiration room. The room is really, really, really nice. A lot of antique furniture. It has a king size wrought iron bed.
Yes.
And then it has this fabulous soaking tub
Yeah.
with a canopy that surrounds it, which I stayed in about 2-3 hours
Yeah,
last night.
that's where most of the time was spent, in the tub.
tub.
Best of all, to me, is the tub is actually in the main bedroom. So, it's personal,
Yeah, real personal.
Yeah.
Langston Hughes is who I decided on because Langston, there's an elegance about Langston. So I kind of worked with a haberdashery theme. I started with this portrait in the sepia brown tones, and that was really the inspiration for making the room chocolate brown. He's quite fine. The artwork in this room, again, reflects that old style haberdashery, whether it's a Cuban cigar where Langston spent time in Cuba, or his chapeau, or the car of the period during the Harlem Renaissance. Guys love this room, but so do women. It's just a rich, rich room and a wonderful tribute to Langston.
I think coming here, the experience that will hold on to is just, it takes you to another place. Obviously, we weren't there during the Harlem Renaissance in that time, but it definitely pushes you right there. Our room specifically, it has a portrait of Langston Hughes and, him as a poet in Harlem. And it's just awesome. You feel a part of it. The furniture, everything speaks to then. And you can just feel how, the passion that he wrote with in the times, with Black people and what they experienced.
After staying in a number of B&Bs and loving that experience and discovering that owning a bed and breakfast would tap into my personal passions of entertaining and decorating and so forth, I thought this house would be the perfect bed and breakfast.
Arborview House, a 19th century Victorian bed and breakfast, nestled in Long Island's wine country. It boasts a bountiful breakfast. Step inside and meet innkeepers Vida and Wilfred Joseph.
Welcome to Arborview House. I'm Vida.
And I'm Wilfred.
We'd like you to come in and join us for some tea.
This is a very, very old Victorian house. This house is over 180 years old. The first year we renovated the house, and it's been quite a ride. We're really enjoying it. We're in wine country. It's really fabulous. We didn't know that this existed here in Long Island. So that is one of the reasons why we decided to use the wine theme for rooms. The Merlot room is very special. We first began with the headboard. It's outlined in mahogany wood, and it has kind of hot pink tufting upholstery. The Merlot is so rich and decadent and elegant at the same time that we thought that would be perfect for that bedroom.
Zinfandel room particularly is a combination of my Caribbean roots. I'm from Jamaica. The 4-poster queen-size bed you see here is one example. We also have in this room a jacuzzi bath, and that adds to our romantic setting, which one of our theme is an aromatherapy romantic bath. This is our rosé room. We chose this rosé color to go with the rosé wine. This bed goes very nicely with the opulence of the room. It has a nice arts and crafts bed and very fine linen, and one can very easily sit and relax and enjoy the beautiful view of the garden while sipping a glass of rosé wine.
This is our champagne suites. This is part of the original house built in 1780. It used to be the servants' quarters. When we serve breakfast in bed, they get the full course of breakfast. This would be just the initial portion, which would consist of some coffee or tea and a couple of scones and some fruit. And then the second portion would be the entrees and then the dessert. Well, let me tell you what we're having today. Corned beef hash, chana bhaji, which is chickpeas done with Mediterranean, Eastern spices. You'll smell it. We're gonna have scones, English muffins. We're gonna have fried ripe plantains, fried green plantains, and the salad. And scrambled eggs.
Have you tried it? I'm not a big oh, no corned beef hash.
Certainly not your mother's.
Yeah. It's when you try to be someone else, you can't. This I feel is genuine. And the food is fabulous, of course. The coffee's good, but you're so full of information about the area and what to do and where to go and what to see. I think that's really helped us a lot because, I mean, frankly, we're not here for the wine, which it was really quite funny because I didn't even realize the North Fork was so famous for wines. And then when we picked this, I got laughing. I said, oh, all the rooms are named for wines. I said, well, I like Zinfandel, so we're going to pick the Zinfandel room. And it's lovely, absolutely gorgeous, very, very nice.
I love the communion of the guests sitting and more or less breaking bread with us. But the best part of it is getting that satisfaction when the guest said, this is really good. This feels like home. It does something for me. I feel good about that.
Quintessentials Bed and Breakfast is a 5-star B&B and spa where Caribbean-flavored food and island-style guest rooms transport you to the parishes of Jamaica. Meet your innkeeper, Sylvia Daly.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Daly. Welcome to Quintessentials Bed and Breakfast and Spa, or Caribbean-style retreat. Come on, come in. Come to Quintessentials.
I'm originally from Jamaica. I decided to settle here on the North Fork of Long Island in this beautiful wine and beach country to do a Caribbean-style retreat, which is Quintessentials. So we have 5 rooms, and each room is named after a parish or the capital of a parish in Jamaica. The Kingston room is my father's parish, and also I grew up in Kingston and St. Andrews by going to school in Kingston, living in St. Andrews. So it's very home to me. And the Kingston room also reflects the parish with its blue mountains. The Brandon room is from Brandon Hill, which is St. Andrews. That is my mother's parish. This room is done in very sunny colors. A beautiful buttery pale yellow on the wall. The bedspread is tropical yellow with lots of hibiscus colored flowers on the duvet. So this room is airy, light.
You're in the Negril room. The Negril room is again named after a parish in Jamaica. It is the capital of St. James Parish. I love the Negril in the afternoon. In the afternoon, the blue of this wall is really what sets the tone for the Negril. It has a hint of green, it has the hint of blue, and it's just like a softness about it, which is just right and just the right color for the afternoon. The fireplace even is crowned with a mahogany wood, which is the same wood as the 4-poster bed. We have as plants the palm tree, and we have a banana bush. So we keep that ambience of the Caribbean.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Sylvia.
Today we're having a frittata Mediterraneo. It's my version of frittata with asparagus, olives, sun-dried tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, red and green peppers, and some artichoke, garlic and onion. Then we also have, from the organic farm in Riverhead, turkey sausages and turkey bacon. And then we have for you to try, in Jamaica it's called codfish with saltfish and onions. In Latin America, bacalao, we have that as well. So that's what's coming out. And of course, because we're Caribbean, what do we have? Plantains, ripe and green plantains tostados. They had tomatoes, cucumbers with black and green olives and a feta cheese. And I've added avocado, so we stay Caribbean.
Fresh from the garden.
Fresh, everything was fresh.
Everything was good.
Big thumbs up and a little Caribbean twist.
So you guys ready for your spa treatment? So now we gotta go to Corey's.
This is the type of whole body experience that one would get on coming to Quintessentials. When one comes here, you're coming to a retreat, a Caribbean style retreat. So right away, that is relaxed, no problem, man.
That'd be great. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. Okay, take care. It was great.
In the early 1900s, property ownership for blacks was restricted in the historic resort town of Oak Bluffs on Martha's Vineyard. Mrs. Georgia O'Brien and Miss Louisa Izette purchased property here and, charging $5 to $7 a week, opened a guest house for people of color. Because of these pioneering landladies, Oak Bluffs became the multicultural community it is today. The Oak Bluffs Inn is a whimsical 1800s Victorian. Get cozy in high-tech cottage-style guest rooms or relax on the wraparound porch and take in the main street scene. Get the scoop on everything Oak Bluffs. Meet innkeeper Eric Albert.
We get the gambit of people, you know, mainly demographics, New York, Connecticut, Boston area. It's a personal thing, you know, people seek out bed and breakfasts. It's not a hotel. When they call, I answer the phone. When they show up, I'm here. Hello, welcome to the Oak Bluffs Inn. My name's Eric, this is my house. Let me show you around a little bit. Come out this way. We're out back in our carriage house. We have 3 rooms out here, separate from the main house. When you open the door, you're outside. You got the iPod radio, listen to your music while you're hanging out in the room. Air conditioning remote, nice and quiet. This room is room number 7. It definitely has a nautical theme to it with the blue, yellow, and the white. Martha's Vineyard. Here we are, we're back in the main house. This is room number 4, my personal favorite, queen size bed. A little more romantic than the Ricky and Lucy room out back, 2 twins. Some old pieces, some mirrors, air conditioning remote. Got the iPod radio, of course. It's my favorite room. It's a south-facing room, looks out a little green park, Hartford Park, right across the street there. Just gets great light in the afternoon, and it's got feng shui. I can't describe it, I just know it when I see it. The interactions on the front porch, we call it circuit TV, or the show. You sit out on the porch, there's people getting ready for dinner, you know, and they're all dolled up, and you see them walking out, you see people fighting for parking spots, kids getting to the takeout. It's just this dynamic of all these people coming home from the beach. You see people fighting. You see it all. You see, oh, look at her, she went shopping.
I love Oak Bluffs because it's the Victorian architecture in the beginning, and then the little villages over here, and you see all those gingerbread houses, and that was fun. And then there, of course, is Edgartown and Vineyard Haven, and those are nice too, but this is my favorite because it's more folksy and comfortable and neighborly, and everybody's nice, and you see all the kids going past, every age and every ethnicity. Eric and his wife Rhonda make the house seem like a home away from home.
It's one of the first integrated vacation spots for black folks. When they started coming, the ones who could come were well off, so they wanted to purchase homes. So they came here and they came into the area behind the inn, and it's known as the Copeland District. And that's where they bought their houses. come here to stay at my inn, and there's just a sense of ease. You know, it's very relaxed. You wear t-shirts, you wear flip-flops. You can dress up if you want to. You can walk to the beach. You know, and the families are friendly. You know, they have the flying horses. There's the game room. There's ice cream. East Vineyard's a great island. Oak Bluffs is the best town on that island. I wouldn't live in any other town. You know, the other towns are not, and there's just the diversity of the island, and the different, all the towns are different, and the character. There are no vacant storefronts in our town. You just can't get it because it's rocking. Again, you walk to the beach and just the dynamics of everyone being here, living together. I feel real honored to have just the name of it, the Oak Bluffs Inn, and real happy to be here.
Once heralded as Black Wall Street, the legacy of African-American entrepreneurship in historic Durham, North Carolina continues to flourish. Step inside Moorhead Manor Bed and Breakfast and meet innkeepers Daniel and Monica Edwards.
Moorhead Manor is a 1910 revival-style mansion. Most of the features that are in the house are the original, the trim, the molding, as well as the grounds. We have a very mature offering as far as shrubberies are concerned.
We came up with the motto that Moorhead Manor was a place where elegance, excitement, and hospitality meet. I think the elegance piece would come through the colors in which we use throughout the inn. We realize that color evoke emotion. The hospitality is our warmth and speaking to you, the touch, the care we give our guests, and the excitement comes from the craziness that goes on in the breakfast area. Hello, and welcome to Moorhead Manor. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Monica.
And follow us. We'll get you checked in.
I think there are over 30,000 inns in the United States, and less than 1% of them are African-American owned. African-American travelers that go to bed and breakfasts are growing now. A lot of people are trying it and discovering and say, oh, this is really cool, I enjoy doing this.
We're it. We're the cleaning staff, the marketing, the cooks, the bottle washers, and
the maintenance people.
The maintenance people.
Guest services,
yes.
Reservationists, the whole 9 yards.
And we try to make certain that your first experience is one that is most memorable. And we tell them, no two inns are alike. But through our standards, what we can guarantee you are cleanliness, a warm body, hopefully a wonderful meal, and a personality that will maintain and uphold the standards that we've set.
We offer 4 guest rooms here on the 2nd floor, all of which have their own private baths. This is the Eagles Inn. This room is especially popular for our girlfriends' getaway weekends. It's also used by parents that are bringing their high school age kids into the area to visit the local colleges. And it's also available for our traveling companions who don't necessarily want to share the same bed.
I like the Eagles Inn. I went off to college, and I'll never forget coming home for the first time. My mom laid out the red carpet, but it was my mom. And it's almost that way when you come here. They just kind of lay out the red carpet. It's a new experience each time you come.
This is the Jasmine room. It features a queen-size bed and an electric firebox. The latest in romance technology, as we call it. I think our guests really like this room because of the fireplace in the room and the coziness of the room. And it's also named after our cat, Jasmine.
Now we're taking you into the Magnolia Suite, which is the largest of our 4 guest rooms here at the inn. It features a wonderful 4-poster wooden canopy bed. This room also has a firebox for our guests to enjoy. It even includes a sitting area.
And we also like the Magnolia Suite where we stayed last night. The beds are very comfortable. It's a very nice space. You don't feel hemmed in, and you don't hear much noise from either other guests or the street or anything.
This is a tiger room here at the inn. This room here is featured by 3 walls of windows. It has a light, airy feeling. We have a wrought iron canopy king-size bed in this particular room. We wanted to create an element of something being a little risque. We wanted to put a little tiger in it.
Our favorite room is the tiger room.
Yeah.
It's cozy, it's contemporary, it has the old feeling, it's spacious. We're, large, tall people, and we're just very comfortable in there.
It's a homey feeling.
You feel like someone has opened up their house to you. And most innkeepers really are similar to them, where they'll just come down, chat with you, talk about the history of the area. And we've actually only done really one bed and breakfast outside of this, but it's definitely something that we always look for when we think about traveling out and about. That it just gives you that homey feeling, and especially the breakfasts are usually very wonderful and freshly made.
Just like home.
Just like home.
You never know who you're going to meet at the breakfast table.
It's like a cocktail party with coffee and waffles in the morning.
We always try to sit down with our guests for breakfast and just talk to them about what their plans are for the day, give them ideas about what they might want to see, find out from them what their interests are, so that we can be ambassadors to the city.
To be an innkeeper, it takes passion, and once you find that niche as you go through life, it's more than just a job.
It's more of a lifestyle.
It's something that we love, and to say I'm an innkeeper is something that we wear proudly.